Sectarian violence continued in Pakistan's northwest over the weekend, killing at least 14 people and wounding 27 in the past 24 hours in the Kurram district that's located in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province near the border with Afghanistan. Now, this brings the death toll from the fighting over the last 10 days to at least 130 with 200 people wounded. And violence has escalated in the region since the 21st of November, as we have been covering, when gunmen opened the fire on convoys carrying Shia pilgrims, and the attack killed 52 people, which included women and children. No group has claimed responsibility for the assault, but a little context for you here. Kurram is the only district in Pakistan where Shia make up the majority of the population, in contrast to the rest of the country, where Sunnis are the majority. And now we are getting confirmed reports of 130 deaths due to sectarian violence there. From Islamabad, for a ground report, we have with us senior journalist Hamza Ameer. Thank you so much for making time for us. Now, Kurram, which is near the border with Afghanistan, has been a flashpoint for sectarian tensions for decades, as we know. But what is the current state of affairs? How intense are matters in Pakistan?
See, in Kurram agency of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, it's basically about the Para-Chenar region, in which 40% or at least 50% of the population it comprises of Shia Muslims, and the sectarian violence in there on territory and also on the basis of sectarianism differences between the tribes has been deadly for a very long time. Even in the latest clashes, over 150 people have died, and locals claim that still continues to rise because the violence does not stop. Recently, just a day before, as Chief Minister of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, Ali Amin Gandapur, has shared a jirga in which he has called in for deployment of paramilitary troops, or even for the army deployment to ensure security in the area, which is something that the local tribes do not agree to. And the sectarian violence is so deadly that even when it started, when only 47 people were killed in an attack on a passenger vehicle convoy, which was passing through a certain area of the Kurram agency, all of those people hailed from the Shiite community. In response to that, there were announcements made by the Shia extremist groups that they are going to burn down villages from where these gunshots were heard, and exactly the same kind of scenes were witnessed the day after, when a whole village was burned down. People were burnt, they were shot dead, and it was a bloodbath all day in that area, resulting in even more deaths of Sunni sectarian tribes. Now the local tribes are trying to ease the tension down, de-escalate it, and that initial truce of a week was reached, but still, after a few days of that, it was breached and the clashes have started. The government seems to have failed to actually establish its writ and its strength in the area. It's only the local tribes and the sectarian violence that continues to go on. Some say that the Iranian Beg Zainabiyun militant group of the Shiite organization is behind it, and others say that Afghanistan-backed groups of the Sunni sects are basically a part of the strength behind the Sunni tribes. Unfortunately, this area has been witnessing the bloodbath of sectarian violence for a very long time, and the security forces, along with the state and the provincial government, have always fallen short as far as ensuring security and peace in the area is concerned. If I may remind you, some time back, when the ceasefire was not reached and the violence continued, over 30 days were spent without any supplies and routes being blocked in the Para-Chenar.
In fact, we're still hearing that the closure of the shops has created a scarcity of oil, food commodities, as well as medicines in the region. Thank you so much, as always, Hamza Ameer, for joining us with that ground report. Many argue, as we speak, that the 10-day truce brokered just last week has actually been rendered ineffective by intermittent violence. In fact, I must also inform our viewers that in Pakistan, in this area, internet services have also been suspended in the region since the clashes.